Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Numbers do not lie. And for Rachel Reeves, I'm rather afraid the numbers are yelling a rather unfortunate and calamitous truth. For you see, this stupid woman has lost complete and utter control of the economy. Our finances are, to put none too fine a point on it, completely and utterly up shit creek without a paddle. She's taxed and taxed and taxed, but she's going to tax more. She's seeing the revenues fall with each and every tax she raises, and she still can't balance the books because she doesn't understand how to make an economy work. She doesn't understand that taxing people makes them poorer, and not just them, but the entire economy, because money isn't moving. It's coming out of a wage packet and straight into the government, rather than going through 5 or 6 or 7 hoops first, thus growing and multiplying. The Maltesian multiplier of tax law. It's said that she is the worst ever Chancellor at the worst ever time. And I think that's an entirely fair and accurate statement. We need someone who's able to control and grow an economy, not someone who's running around like a headless chicken, crying because she knows she's not up to the job and not able to admit it. Her ego, her conceit, so big that she has to blame others. This is a woman who had her parliamentary credit card confiscated because she couldn't control her purchasing. She was once claimed that she was struggling to balance her household finances at the end of the month, at a time when her combined marital income was in excess of £250,000. And now what she's doing to the nation's finances is far, far worse. She's not a chancellor. She's a chancer. It wouldn't matter how rich the UK was or how many billionaires invested here, lining up, begging to come in and spend their money. It would never be enough, and she would still be in this position because she doesn't understand money, tax, economies, finances, money supply, even supply and demand. She doesn't understand anything about economics because despite the lies on her CV, she's not an economist. She's a moron. Forget all about the bullshit of fixing the foundations. Them foundations are broken and cracked, and they're never getting fixed under this woman, that's for sure. Or the other line of restoring stability. We are living in an earthquake zone, economically speaking, and the quakes are getting bigger. She's lost control. She's gone berserk. She's lost her mind. All she's got is tax, 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 spend, spend, spend. And the more she taxes, the less she has to spend. Borrowing is at record levels. The price we're paying for borrowing is at record levels. We are over 100% of GDP owed on our debts. She's borrowed nearly £100 billion in the first 5 months of this year. And it has to be repaid, and she doesn't know how to repay it. And Starmer won't get rid of her because he's a spineless wanker who would see getting rid of her would weaken him. Keeping her is weakening him. He doesn't see that either. £150 billion of our borrowings will go, or £150 billion of income raised through taxes rather, will go on paying the interest on our debt. 150 billion a year. That's not paying the debt. That's not paying down the debt. That's not paying off what we owe. That's just the interest on what we owe. And she hasn't got enough to pay it. So you know what she's doing? She's borrowing yet more money to pay the interest on the money she's already borrowed. Britain is now bankrupt. One woman alone, has bankrupted an entire nation. She promised she'd never play fast and loose. She said that during the election, during the manifesto. We'd never play fast and loose with the economy. Fast and loose, my God. It's unhinged. She is unhinged. She is out of control. She needs to go. And if she doesn't go soon, there won't be an economy to recover. And that's before we come to the subject of my next video, which will frighten you even more. But the numbers are spiralling out of control. She is retreating ever inward. She's given up. It's all now in the hands of Torsten Bell. She's just the figurehead, ready to take the fall when it all does completely collapse inward, like a black hole, and sucks everything in. But the pathological liars that run the country are all saying she's doing a marvellous job and everything's rosy, and hey, let's look at the future. Well, I am looking at the future. I'm looking at the future as someone who's actually qualified in the field with many, many years' experience. And I'm telling you now, it's shit. The only thing she can come up with next is a wealth tax. She'll tinker, there'll be a bit, we'll put gambling tax up. She's talking about a taxi tax. I'm not even kidding. A taxi tax. Because she thinks that's going to help. No, but she's going to go for the wealth tax now. If you've got money, we're going to tax it. You hear the sound of that? That's the sound of private jets all taking off at once. Sounds like the squadrons of Spitfires, doesn't it, in the Second World War? Yeah. Unbelievable. The money will flow out like that. There won't be any money. And Britain will be so poor then that you'll never pay off your debt. Then it'll be bended knee to the IMF. And then that'll be it. And I want to see the controls the IMF put on. Labour will sit there and go, but we can't do that. And the IMF will say, yes, you can. And then there'll be an election. And then Labour will be out. And then in another generation or so, when the new ones come up who've never lived under a Labour government, go, hey, that socialism sounds good, doesn't it? And everyone else who's going, no. And then they go, oh, you're just old dinosaurs. We want socialism. Yay. And then they'll learn again. Because people are stupid. They keep voting. So this is how you spot a moron. I'm going to vote for Labour. Because it isn't just once or twice. It's every single time. And it ain't going to improve unless we make socialism illegal. Let me know your thoughts. And keep an eye out for the next video. Because the next one's going to frighten you. If this one hasn't. Hit subscribe. Hit like. Definitely have a look at the memberships if you want. I've got to push them because YouTube said you've got to push them. So they're there. But you do get members-only videos. And I do respond on there at a higher rate than I do on normal ones. And yeah, just keep an eye out for the next video. And then start looking that maybe you want to leave the country. Because it won't be your country. Thanks a lot. Bye.